This presentation will cover basic information about the Monarda genus and the use of Monarda as a method for attracting beneficial pollinators to the home garden. Monarda is one of the members of the family Lamiaceae, which also includes mint, rosemary, and lavender. The plant is native to eastern and central states, but can be grown successfully in zones 3 to 9. The genus Monarda contains at least 16 species of both annual and perennial plants that are an important food source for many pollinators. 4 important species of Monarda include Monarda fistulosa, Monarda didyma, Monarda punctata, and Monarda citriota. In addition, there are more than 50 different cultivars of bee balm. Varieties of bee balm can easily be found at most garden centers. Particular focus will be placed on the use of Monarda fistulosa, which is otherwise known as wild bergamot or bee balm. Wild bergamot is a native perennial plant found throughout the United States and Canada. It is an important must-have in any pollinator-friendly garden. Bee balm is an easy-to-grow garden perennial that can grow up to 4 feet tall with a spread of 1.5 to 3 feet. This quickly spreading perennial blooms between June and September. Similar to other mint family plants, the leaves of bee balm have opposite arrangement and a square stem. The leaves are simple, coarse-toothed, and can range from 1 to 4 inches long and can occasionally take on a purple hue. Both the flower and the leaves are edible and highly aromatic. The smell is reminiscent of the bergamot orange, known as the delightful fragrance of Earl Grey tea. In addition, the aroma of the leaves is thought to keep unwanted mammals away, making it a prized addition in gardens that may have deer problems. The unique flower of bee balm comes in a variety of colors. Monarda fistulosa typically has lavender or pink flowers. Other Monarda species or cultivars may have purple, red, or white flowers. The bee balm flower is round and made up of small tubules. The name fistulosa refers to the hollow, tubular shape of the corolla or petals of the flower. Bee balm plants have hardy rhizomes, capable of withstanding cultivation techniques such as earth moving or bulldozing. Because of these rhizomes, bee balm is an aggressive spreader and may pop up in unexpected places. As a perennial, this plant requires little care once established. However, bee balm can spread aggressively when given the chance. Bee balm prefers sunny conditions, but will tolerate shady areas as well. They are capable of surviving in a wide variety of locations, including prairies, woodlands, abandoned pastures, and even landfills. Bee balm generally prefer acidic soils with a pH of less than 6.8. These plants are highly tolerant of various environmental conditions, but do best in well-drained soils with full sun exposure. Bee balm plants make a great addition to late summer herb gardens and flower borders. They can be easily grown from seed, cuttings, or root divisions. To grow from seed, start 6 to 10 weeks before the last spring frost. Bee balm seeds require light to germinate, so cover only lightly. Germination of seeds generally takes between 10 days to a month. Cold stratification is a practice that simulates winter conditions by exposing the seeds to a period where they are kept moist and cold. Germination of bee balm seeds does not require this practice, but it can improve germination rates. Once you have an established seedling that is ready to be transplanted, you will need to choose an area with full sun and well-drained soil. However, as stated previously, bee balm will tolerate some shade, if necessary, and as a native prairie plant, bee balm is very forgiving of dry and droughty conditions. Once you have located a favorable location, till your garden bed to about 12 inches deep. Then mix in a 3-inch layer of compost. Plants should be spaced 1 to 2 feet apart and planted in a hole twice the diameter of the plant's container. Proceed to fill in a remaining space with additional soil and compost, and water your new pollinator-friendly plant. Every 2 to 3 years, plants should be divided. Division is an important step in preventing and controlling powdery mildew, which these plants are very susceptible to. Powdery mildew is a fungal disease which causes white spots to appear throughout the stem and leaves of the plant, which can be seen on this photo. While there are certain chemical controls that may prove helpful in combating this disease, in a pollinator-friendly garden, It is best to avoid the use of chemicals and instead focus on cultural practices. Perhaps the most effective cultural practice is to ensure that bee balm plants are adequately spaced and not crowded with other vegetation to allow good airflow between the plants. This will give the plants room to thrive while reducing the risk of harmful pathogens. Deadheading or removing dead flowers will help to prolong flowering. Any drifting rhizomes can be removed to prevent it from becoming too abundant. Monarda has many devoted fans from the pollinator world, and as its name implies, it is definitely a favorite amongst various bee species. However, its long pipe-shaped flowers make pollination difficult for short-tongued species of bees. Pollinators such as hummingbirds and long-tongued bees are particularly well adapted to this flower. In addition, there are numerous other pollinators such as butterflies, moths, and skippers that are attracted to bee balm because it provides a good source of both nectar and pollen. Some of the other bee species that enjoy bee balm include miner bees, cuckoo bees, and large leaf-cutting bees. One specific species, Duphoria monardae, specializes in the pollination of Monarda. Bees from the Halictidae family will usually collect pollen from bee balm, whereas wasps will generally steal nectar by puncturing the nectar tube, foregoing the pollen altogether. Recent declines in pollinator populations has made it even more important that we provide beneficial habitat for these invaluable creatures. As home gardeners, we can plant more pollinator-friendly plants. One of the easiest ways to support pollinator populations is by growing reliable food sources for them. Bee balm is a necessary addition to any pollinator-friendly garden. Here are our references. Thanks for listening.